What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Quicksilver and if you should gear him up or not. And as you can see, I geared up mine quite a lot, but a lot of people have questions. Is this character really important for the meta right now? What exactly are we supposed to do with him? And in which game modes is going to be useful for us? So we're going to talk about all of that in this video. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible from what I've been getting in my comments, on my Discord, on my live streams and so on. Because yes, this is a quite exclusive character, at least for now. And especially because of the red stars requiring dark promotion credits, not everyone will have access to a powerful Quicksilver. So is this a character that is going to change your roster? Let's talk about it. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. Make sure you smash that liking button. Okay, let's talk about this guy. And we're going to talk about also the ISO weight, the gear. We're going to talk about the game modes, where he's going to shine, and the T-Force. We already talked a little bit about this in the past, but we are going to review once again because it seems people have more questions than answers when it comes to Quicksilver, especially because none of the other content creators have been using this character or talking about it. So it's time to give some answers to the community. So as you can see, I took my Quicksilver to gear tier 17 and I've been testing him out on multiple game modes. I tried him out at gear 16, it was fine. Gear tier 17, it was just luxurious because I had way too much mystic gear. But this guy is performing very well on multiple game modes, which some people might find surprising. Now, one thing we need to mention is that he's a hero, brawler, mystic and global, and that means on game modes like Dark Dimension you have him competing for resources with Spider Weaver or with the Dead Sea team or with the Invader. So there are a lot of characters right now on the global lane of Dark Dimension, and as we are preparing for Dark Dimension 6, is this a character that you should consider for Dark Dimension 6? It's up to you. If you give him gear, he's going to perform very well, but to be honest, he's not a great character for Dark Dimension 6 because of his long cooldowns, and the functionality of the basic is just not enough. So in terms of priority for Dark Dimension, I would say that is not where you are supposed to use Quicksilver. Because of his long cooldowns, you want to use him on game modes where you don't have to face multiple enemies and you don't have hundreds of turns in order to complete that fight. So that's the first point I want to make, because if you want to make this character useful, think on him as a PvP tool that you can use with multiple teams and with multiple characters. Okay, so the T-Force, we already talked about them in the past, and I recommend the basic and the passive, but because he also summons a Scarlet Witch, and because the Scarlet Witch T-Force are going to be influenced by his own T-Force, at the end of the day you have to do all the T-Force on this character. Once again, he requires Mystic Gear, he requires the Fortified Chromium. Right now you only have 2 characters using Fortified Chromium, if I remember correctly, maybe 3. I think we have Archangel, Zombie Iron Man and Quicksilver. To be honest, none of these characters are priorities anywhere. None of these characters are going to be like must-have for Dark Dimension or anything like that. And even for raids or alliance wars, or they don't require huge investment in terms of gear in order to be useful. Maybe Archangel, you're gonna take him a little bit higher for the raids, but to be honest, you should gear up your raid characters to the point where they are good enough and not go beyond that, because at that point you are wasting resources. So you might have some additional resources to put on this guy, and that's what I did. Okay, now in terms of the ISO weight, it's going to be best as striker whenever you have him big enough. So if you have him at 7 yellow, 5 red, which is the maximum you can have right now, then he's going to be amazing. He's going to perform amazing. Striker is going to be amazing on this guy. The problem is that until then, you need to have him as a skirmisher. Yes, he has insane amount of focus coming from his passive. With each charge he gains 100% more focus. It's not enough. It's really not enough, especially because we are using him on very difficult matches, for example, countering the Gamma in Alliance Wars. If you guys don't know, you can counter Gamma on Alliance Wars with Quicksilver and with Drax. I made a video yesterday about that in case you guys missed it out. So check it out in case you don't know about that counter. Either way, because we are facing these massive teams with Quicksilver, it's going to be important to make sure that he has enough focus to really apply his negative effects and to make his mechanics to work. Another mechanic that he has is that he's able to remove charges from the enemies, and this remove of the charge can be resisted. So once again, the focus comes into play because you want to make sure that you can remove those charges. Now, which characters have charges that are meaningful enough to use Quicksilver on? We are talking about Red Hulk, we are talking about Dormammu, and we're also talking about whoever character, I don't remember now. We also have She-Hulk. So at least against Red Hulk, She-Hulk, and Dormammu is going to be extremely important. But that's only in terms of the special and in terms of the charge removal. He can still counter other characters that do not like or do not enjoy Disrupt. Some of those characters are going to be Apocalypse. Yes, Quicksilver can counter Apocalypse. We also have Rogue, we also have Magneto, we also have Kate Bishop, not Cake Bishop. Cake Bishop, we have characters like that whenever they go below 50% health, they get evades, or they get speed up, or they get offense up, and so on, all of these situations. So once again, the basic of Quicksilver becomes extremely important, and applying this Disrupt and making sure that you have enough focus to apply that Disrupt is going to be extremely important. So as you can see, based on his kit, based on what he's going to be able to do, if he's able to counter Dormammu, if he's going to be able to counter Red Hulk, if he's going to be able to counter Rogue and Apocalypse, then it already tells us that this is going to be a great character to use in Alliance Wars. Cosmic Crucible, we are going to use him, of course, in Arena, and even in Blitz. Even in Blitz, he has his own team with Scarlet Witch. So investing on this character, especially early on, and especially right now that we don't have any amazing Mystic character out there, then is going to be extremely important for you if you want to be on top of the meta. For example, if you're going to take a look at my Cosmic Crucible defense, I'm using Quicksilver with the Young Avengers with Striker ISO 8 because once again he's a hero brawler and he's going to attack the enemies multiple times because of that, and Miss Marvel is also going to do the same thing. This team is very deadly. I have not faced this team in Alliance Wars, but I can imagine that is definitely better than having American Chavez. In terms of Arena, I'm using Quicksilver on offense, I'm using Quicksilver on defense. So once again, this guy is going to be amazing because of that. On defense is quite problematic, but if you're using on defense, you have to make sure that you have enough skirmishers. I'm using my Apocalypse and my Red Hulk as skirmishers because they have the counter attack chance, and that will apply vulnerabilities to the enemies, which will activate the attacks from Quicksilver. Once again, on offense, we are using him together with Kang, Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, and Apocalypse, because once again, he's going to counter the enemy Apocalypse and even the enemy's Red Hulkers. You can remove the charges from them and stop them from doing their ultimate. We're going to take a look at some gameplay of Quicksilver in Arena. And beyond that, I'm also using Quicksilver in raids. Yes, even in raids, I'm going to use Quicksilver, or I've been using Quicksilver, and the New Warriors. So we have multiple game modes that we use daily, and that we have the opportunity of using Quicksilver. So once again, Arena Offense, Arena Defense, Raids, Cosmic Crucible, Alliance Wars, Blitz. So we are literally using this character on any game mode that you have to play daily or weekly. Only the game modes that are like every 6 months or every year, like Dark Dimension, then yeah, he's not the best character because once again his cooldowns are very long. In terms of his performance in raids, he is way faster, or the team performs way faster than Eternals. Some people out there still using Eternals in raids. It's not a thing anymore. No one uses the Eternals anymore because they are just not fast enough. If you use Quicksilver, you're going to be able to beat the nodes within 2 or 3 minutes, and with especially the boss node. The boss node is the best way where to use Quicksilver because once again he's going to counter the enemy Dormammu. And yeah, the team performs way faster than anything you can do with Eternals. So I don't know what else to say. Like, this is a must-have character. You should build him up as fast as possible. And speaking of red stars, so red stars is a big deal because it's going to require dark promotion credits. Right now you can only upgrade him to 3 red stars, but that's fine because we don't have yet the amount of yellow stars that justifies getting more red stars on him. But the situation with the red stars is that they requires dark promotion credits, and dark promotion credits, of course, it's a big deal. If you want my honest opinion, I think is a priority. Are you using Dead Seed or Archangel in Arena? No. Are you using Archangel in any meaningful team on Alliance Wars? No. Are you using Rogue on any meaningful team on Alliance Wars? Are you using Rogue in raids? No. Do you need additional red stars for Archangel in raids? No. So, in terms of priority of dark promotion credits, you should focus on Quicksilver, because beyond Morgan Le Fay and Red Hulk is the priority. Is definitely a priority. I would put the top 3 priorities right now: Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, Quicksilver, and then Dormammu, and everything else you can pretty much skip because it's not important. Archangel, Rogue, and even Doctor Doom are not that meaningful, and giving them additional red stars is not going to make a big difference. Okay, so with all that said, we talked about everything related with Quicksilver. Let's take a look at a few matches of him in Arena and see exactly how he performs. And you're going to face Big Boy Apocalypse, so you guys can see that this is going to be a very good future investment for your account. Okay, so let's take a look at Quicksilver in action, and we're gonna face a very big Dormammu. We're gonna face a very big Apocalypse. We also have Rogue, we have Morgan Le Fay, and we have Red Hulk. So as you guys can see, it's a beefy team, a lot of red stars on those characters, a lot of gear tier 17s. And yes, we have not only a big boy Apocalypse, we also have a big boy Dormammu without those red stars. Okay, so of course Red Hulk is still meta in Arena, Morgan Le Fay is still meta in Arena because of their abilities to turn and wind the enemies and also remove a bunch of positive effects and also apply trauma. So because we apply Disrupt to the Apocalypse, we are going to also because you apply Disrupt to him, we are also going to apply Ability Block. Sorry, I had a mental breakdown there. Okay, so we are going to apply Disrupt to Rogue. So even if she does her special, she's not going to be able to get the positive effects. And we are going to also apply Disrupt to Dormammu. So it's very important because like this, you can push Dormammu below 50% health and he's not going to do anything to us. We can ignore Apocalypse for now because he has Ability Block and Disrupt. And this is a good part about Quicksilver, is that you can apply Disrupt to Apocalypse, and then you don't have to worry about him. You can apply Ability Block or Stun to him if you have the trauma, and Apocalypse is not going to do anything to you. So once again, you're going to do that basic on Apocalypse. We are going to apply Disrupt to him, and now you don't have to worry about any of the positive effects on Apocalypse. Unfortunately, my Quicksilver, he had way too many negative effects and he got destroyed, and this is why you should prioritize getting your Quicksilver big enough. So you can see that Dormammu now is under stealth, and this is why we need to apply the Disrupt to Dormammu as often as we can, because otherwise he keeps going in stealth and then he's going to spam you with his ultimate and with his special ability. Okay, now we have Scarlet Witch, and because we are using Scarlet Witch together with Morgan Le Fay, she's going to have a lot more health, and she's also going to extend the traumas that Morgan Le Fay can apply to the enemies, and also the traumas that our own Apocalypse and Red Hulk apply to the enemies. So this additional Scarlet Witch is very convenient for us in terms of Arena, and as you can see, this is right now the top of the meta in terms of Arena offense. Okay, I was looking for some footage of Quicksilver on defense. Unfortunately, there is only one player with Quicksilver on defense, and I guess I forgot to record that match. So let's take a look at another match on offense. But yeah, if you have the Striker ISO 8 on Quicksilver, and if you have enough characters with Skirmisher ISO 8 on defense, once again like Apocalypse or like Red Hulk, then Quicksilver is going to be able to do massive amount of damage on defense. I apologize for not having footage with that, But like I said, I don't have many players on my arena shard with Quicksilver on defense, because it's still something that no one is talking about, but so far it has been holding on arena for quite a while. Once again, it requires the investment of dark promotion credits, but like I said, if you're not using rogue consistently on all game modes, and the same goes for Archangel, then once again you should definitely prioritize Quicksilver over any of those two characters. Okay, as you can see right here, once again Quicksilver already has a bunch of positive effects: counter, defense up, offense up, deflects. We also have barrier, because yes, he gives barrier to himself, and we can also get some advice. Okay, Scarlet Witch shows up. This is one additional character that can also be used as decoys for attacks from the enemies, like empowered ability of Apocalypse. And that's also convenient. That's also very convenient, because it's another way of protecting our team. She comes up with her ultimate, or with a special, with a big healing, with the defense up, and also with some deflects, which once again will have huge value in Arena and the Cosmic Crucible, and also Alliance Wars. So overall, Quicksilver and once again Scarlet Witch as a summon are bringing huge utility to your roster, and this is why you should prioritize them as soon as possible. Here we go with the empowered ability of Apocalypse on Dormammu, and there we go, #1 place. Once again, thanks to this amazing character. So yeah guys, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that after this video you'll not have any questions on the value of Quicksilver. It's definitely going to change the Arena meta, Cosmic Crucible meta, Alliance Wars meta, and once again you can see some results already on this video right here of Quicksilver destroying the best team in terms of Alliance Wars. So overall, I think like that I can really justify that not only he will bring you huge value for Arena, but also for Alliance Wars, and that he should be one of your priorities in terms of investment over other Horseman characters or characters that require dark promotion credits. So yeah guys, once again, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.